had shingles, IBM, I had to go to St. Charles Hospital. They call it a different name now. They call it Uncle Chuck's Body Shop. So I don't know why they do that, but that's what they do. And so when I got there, I said, I got shingles, and they admitted me right away. And you know who my partner was on the bed? IBM, it was none other than the Captain Hook. Would you believe that? I said, Captain Hook, you brought your treasure chest. He said, yes, I did, but I've been so bored here in the hospital, I've been counting the tiles. 1, 2, there's 321. There's one missing. Damn cheap hospital. Anyway, so I said, okay, so what did you, so, oh, you said, I learned something I want to show you, Brian. I took a deck of cards. Oh, you stole a deck of cards from the gift shop? Okay, all right. Yep, it got my motto on there. This is me, Captain Hook. So let me get these out of there, Captain Hook. Let me get the cards out. All right, got them all. All right. And then he said, yeah, I can actually count with my ears. He said, stop. I said, that's fine. How many was that? I think he said, Captain Hook, he said, that was 18. Really? 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Some people wanted it to be wrong. I bet in the other hospital rooms they were looking, they were looking at us. I said, do it again, Captain Hook. He said, I can do it again. I think that's a little less this time. He said, I think this one is, yep, this one is 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's perfect, Captain Hook. How about something a little less? Okay, how about that? That sounds like, what do you think? Which one do you want? Oh, we don't have time. I think this is just 6 cards right there. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Well, thank you, Captain Hook. That was wonderful. But you should return those cards to the gift shop. I'm not going to do it. Captain Hook, I lost my wallet. Yeah. Well, you'll have to find it. All right. He said, why don't we play some poker? I said, that's fine. We'll play some poker. Got these cards from the World Series of Poker, he said. I stole them from the table. I said, Captain Hook, would you stop that? I said, okay. So he said, I can deal a royal flush anytime I please, Captain Hook said. He said, there should be the ace of the royal flush. I said, that's fine. And then there should be the king of the royal flush. That's fine. And then what about the queen? Is that good? That's fine. Oh, I got it. That's good. And he said, I'm going to deal a jack. And I'm going to double down with you, Brian. I'm going to say I got a perfect royal flush here. So I'm going to do it one more time. Yeah, that was the jack. Okay. So which one you got now? I said, there's the 10 of hearts. You missed. You owe me money, Captain Hook. No, Brian. See, when I deal a royal flush, I deal a royal flush. Well, very good, Captain Hook. I like that. That's very good. But you need to return those to this World Series of Poker. Now, my wallet. Where's my wallet, Captain Hook? Oh, you got my wallet, Captain Hook. Oh. Captain Hook, what are you doing? Well, the nurse came in. She said, what do you want for breakfast, Captain Hook? And he said, well, give me a specimen cup of orange juice, he told her. And make sure you take the bacon and I want you to burn it, but I want you to cook it with Crisco, no, Pennzoil, do Pennzoil. And then what you got to do then is just make sure the coffee's 4 days old and runny the egg. Make sure the eggs are runny. She said, I'm not going to do that. Well, you did that yesterday for me, so why can't you do it today? All right. Captain Hook, what do you got? Well, admin came in and said, sign some papers. And he said, well, in my treasure chest, I got Brian's wallet. Yep, he got my wallet. And he had to sign some papers. So he got his Chinese $100 bill out. And he did this and that and like this. So that's what you did. Okay, so then what you okay, so oh Coke, you can't rip. Oh, maybe you can rip. It doesn't rip. You can't do that with Chinese money, I don't think. Well, Captain Hook, so you said, the admin, he said, Ryan, we're gonna play a little treasure hunt now with this card right here. He said, I have an odd card right there. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on that treasure hunt that you're looking for that card, you selected the 8-ball card. Well, I'm gonna put it back in the deck. I'm gonna mess them up quite a bit. And then I'm going to give you another one. I'll give you this one. And I'm gonna show you again. You picked the odd card in the treasure. So this was blank, this is blank, 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 blank. And of course, it was the 8-ball card. And I said, that's odd. What I want to do is I'm going to give you one more. And now I'm going to say that one is the odd card without even turning these over. He said, you're absolutely right, Brian, because the treasure was always in your hand right here. Because every one is an 8-ball card. Oh man, you're something else, Captain Hook. I don't know, Captain Hook. Something else, okay. I think what she said, you still got to pay the bill. Well, wait a minute. Hook in my wallet, I got 3, 4, 1, 2. Yep, you got $4 here. Let me get it out of my wallet. Gotta keep that 20s. All right, now. So how much money did you have? He said, well, I got parking money, admin, so right here is a 1, a 2, and a 1. The admin says, no, you don't have $4. You have $3 for parking at Hook. See, that's $1, 2, $3. That is $1, 2, $3. You lost $1 in the whole thing, so you can't get your car out of parking. Oh man, Hook, you are something else. He said, but I do have my treasure chest I want to show you. NASCAR, Jimmy Johnson. Is that where you keep your treasure? Yep. He said, what I have is 4 gold coins. That's one. That's an odd coin. He said, yep. Solid gold. And what I do with those is let me see. I've got to put one there. There we go. And he's going to move them. He said he's going to move the treasure. I have to guess where the treasure is at. I said, well, you got a piece of treasure under each matchbook. I said, well, that's interesting. So hold on. Let's see. He said, I'm going to move this one over here. Watch. That's, wow. Hook, that's something else. Hold on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this one here. Hook, that is something else. And then what are you going to do? You're going to move this one. You moved all the treasure right there, just like that. And there was a ghost in the hospital as well. As you can see, matches. The ghost could actually, like that, scares me. So I went home and there was a gypsy at my back door. And I said, okay, what do you want? He said, can I have a nice warm house? And, you know, and I said, sure, you can stay the night. And he did. And I said, I gave him food. And he said, no, that's fine. So, okay, so next morning he said, I want to talk to your, I see you have a barn in the backyard. I said, yeah. And he says, I can talk to your animals. Yeah, sure, go ahead, I don't care. And he said, okay, so you got the horse? And I said, okay, that's fine. So what did the horse say? He said, well, you changed his cusp. It used to be a triangle, now it's round. You're right. I did change it. Oh, and then, okay, so then you got the cow. You're pulling too hard on this. You're right. That's amazing. I did change it. I'll change it back. And he said, I talked to your sheep. I said, they lie, they're liars, they're liars, they're liars. Okay, that's it for that one for close.